been going for over 30 years now, and it was always part of the DNA of St James's Place when it first started, which was to make sure that there was a capital creation opportunity in the future. Now, 30 years on, that has manifested in over £1.4 billion of cash that's changed hands between buying and selling partners. That makes us the largest capital creation vehicle in UK wealth management.
The BSP team are absolutely wonderful. Love them to bits. They have been such a support through the whole BSP process. You start by getting assigned a manager, in our case Penny, and she helps both sides of the transaction understand what's going to happen, how we should be approaching it, sorts of things we need to prepare, and then what they will do behind the scenes to support us. What they do initially is provide you with an objective valuation of the clients, so you can then negotiate that between you and come up with your final purchase price. And once you then go ahead, they're there to really help you sort out the financing arrangements, which is a really, really key part, obviously, to make sure that you have the finances available and the cash flow will work for you, particularly in the early years of the business.
Getting towards my late 50s, it was a good time for me to think, if I wanted an extended retirement, hopefully, then that was the time to sort of start looking at the options. We try and educate our clients to do that for their own retirement, so why wouldn't you do it yourself? It's like the doctor who doesn't examine himself, for instance, but you know, I have, and I think it's important to have an end planned in mind, and again, within the St James's Place, I'd say it's relatively easy to do that because you have a running total of your funds under management, month on month, and as well as an actuarial valuation on those funds under management based on client age and profile, etc. So you have a good idea. So there's no excuse really for not having a plan. If you've got an eventual plan that's going to give you X, you can see every month on month or year on year how you can build up towards that. So it's relatively easy to plan your exit.
I head up a team who specifically work with both buyers and sellers, buyers in particular, to make sure that they're buying something that is going to work for them, going to complement their practice. And also we're there to help on all the moving parts. And what do I mean by that? Well, you know, these transactions all need funding, so we can help from a lending perspective and give people advice and guidance as to how to lending work and ensure that it's affordable. From a legal perspective, we provide contracts and support around contracts and wording of contracts to ensure the right job is done for both buyer and seller. And in there as well, we've also got the regulatory aspect as well. So my team are responsible to share all of that knowledge with buyers and sellers to ensure they do the job professionally and ensure that both parties get and drive to the right outcome.
Well, I think the biggest difference in SJP's business sale and purchase is the fact that the client doesn't need to do anything. There's no change in investment, there's no change in investment philosophy or strategy. The buying partner comes in and takes over that relationship and the client isn't disrupted at all. And equally from a buying partner's perspective, they're taking over the relationship of a client that's already familiar with St James's Place, its products, its service, etc. That I think is one thing that's very unique to what I see in models outside of the partnership.
The benefits of SJP's exit strategy are that you have a pool of potential buyers for your business. And there are a number of ways that you can do that. You can either approach other partners within the partnership, and again, in one's locality, there are regular meetings, you do get to know people. When I was an IFA, you didn't really get in touch with other advisors that much. It was quite a lonely existence, but in the SJP community, there is a spirit of camaraderie. So you will get to know other partners, other advisors that will be willing at some point to buy your business. Or, as I say, the Academy in the last few years has brought through some very good young people who you can introduce to your business as an advisor, and you can develop them, as I say, to buy your business. With that, I think it's a much clearer exit strategy. It's not, I think out there in IFA land, it's going to be difficult you're going to sell it to someone maybe you don't know, and that's not for me. I'm confident that my clients are going to be looked after in the future. The business name is going to continue. It's just that I won't be there anymore.